And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net should any emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 2,900 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And we also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. A mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics and current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 5 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia specifically, and in addition we're running our new number 5 Hocus Pocus Internet SDR receiver, loaded with 50 additional pre-programmed Internet SDR locations spread out over 20 states across the eastern half of the United States, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 5 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector, Also in this selector is our local receiver audio. And today our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas. One aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our new SWR, our no SWR, specifically oriented resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA-5 to be understood by all. As we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you'll protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you'll reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And normally this is where I would call for Charlie to join us, Charlie, K1GZL, but Charlie, for the next couple of weeks, is not going to be with us, to be able to join us. He's working on some stuff, but maybe in about, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, he'll be back with us, hopefully. So, that being said, let's move on with the band and get right to it. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Give me a shout.
Okay, I must say I'm in Q on Milford, PA, one of our better standby SDRs, but that's the only one I'm in queue on. The others are open. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Open. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
WA8OPR. OPR. And let's see, that's Terry. Terry, down in, up in, where are you, Terry?
Where are you, Terry?
I'm in Farmington, Michigan. Farmington, a western suburb of Detroit. And I should know your call sign by heart, but I can't remember it. Back to you.
Roger, KC9VKV. Sometimes I forget my call sign. It's one of those weeks, you know.
My call sign, it's one of those weeks, you know.
What can I do you for, Terry?
KV, very good. It seems to me that you're...
What can I do you for, Terry?
You're in Indiana, but you got a number of remote receivers, so I'm not sure how it all works. You're 10 to 15 over 9 here. We're only running 100 watts today with a radio we just fixed and restored, and want to see if the characteristics of it are within reason. It's an Icon 7000, just a little bitty guy. Antenna is 170-foot end-fed wire. Well, let's see if I can remember your name. Is it Jim? I can't quite remember. Over.
You're batting 500, I guess it would be in Major League Baseball, 500, Roger. That's good.
Major League Baseball, 500, Roger. That's good.
So is the handle Jim? Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what can I do for you, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what can I do for you, sir?
Your audio is sounding good.
The audio is sounding good.
Well, good. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. I know, I don't know if you can tell me, give me a signal report. I could put an amplifier on, but I don't think I'm going to need it. But you're in Indiana, right, Jim? Over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, see, but that's the fallacy of the thing. You should always, I think, well, you know, there's a lot of different fallacies about how to run stations. I always appreciate it when somebody comes in that just blows my antenna apart, you know, with about 500, 800 watts. Oh, it's just such a pleasure to deal with that kind of radio traffic, you know.
Deal with that kind of radio traffic, you know.
I know. Well, the other day I was talking to actually a couple times talked to a gentleman in deep into Ontario, and he was only running 10 watts, and he was a Q5 copy. So, go figure, right, Jim? Over.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, when Mother Nature wants you to talk, she'll tap you on the shoulder and say, talk, you know, and you'll be around the world in half a second, Roger.
Say talk, you know, and you'll be around the world in half a second, Roger.
Oh, indeed. And a lot of times, when you don't have a lot of traffic, it doesn't take much power. Very good. But you say the radio sounds okay on this end, Jim, the little 7,000, over?
I tell you what, Terry, I couldn't even tell that you had changed your radio. Are you using the same microphone that you ran on your other radio?
Using the same microphone that you ran on your other radio?
Yep, I have one of the 4 SM8 Icon mics, and I use them on all my rigs because they got 2 outputs and makes it very convenient. Over.
Yes, sir. Well, I couldn't even tell that you were on a different radio. The audio was, you know, just that good. It just, you know, there was no difference, Roger.
You know, just that good. It just, you know, there was no difference, Roger.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess that's possible. That's possible. Well, is the audio too high, too low, medium, or what's your opinion? Over.
Oh, just always, Terry. The balance is great. Yeah, that's super nice. You're running 3 dB dynamic range, which is, you know, 30 to 35% average peak modulation. So ballistically, your audio's perfect, and then that audio curve is beautiful also. So you know, get the Gorilla Tape out and taper down.
Well, also, so you know, get the Gorilla Tape out and taper down.
Okay, thanks. That's what I needed to hear. Another report from Jim, which I appreciate. Well, Jim, I don't want to hog the frequency. There must be other people out there that want your expert opinion on what's going on with their rigs. So I'll hang back here and see if you want to tie the ribbons on it. KC9VKV, WA8 OPR.
Roger, Terry. And let's see, let me get that first. A8 OPR. How many radios are you running up there, Terry?
OPR. How many radios are you running up there, Terry?
Oh, I'm kind of embarrassed to say. Too many. I've been at this 63 years. I collect things and don't sell them. Well, let's see. We'll go through the list real quick. Kenwood, TS930, 940, 870, TS450, and 440. And then on the ICOM side, the 7000, the 7300, and the 706 Mark IIG. You think you got enough?
Yeah, you've made quite a bit of penetration into both radio manufacturers' stockpiles, Roger.
Both radio manufacturers' stockpiles, Roger.
Yeah, but Jim, I did an inventory the other day, a very conservative one. If I had to sell everything, on the market, I'd be lucky if I got $6,000 over.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that, but hopefully it's not about money, and you got it, and the idea is use it, and that's what makes it all worthwhile, is to be able to reach up on a shelf and grab a radio and hook it up and talk on it just because you like the way it sounds,
talk on it just because you like the way it sounds,
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I do. Don't chase DX, just a moderate QSO, and that's it. Like I said, I've been at it 63 years, and yet to go after any award. I don't even have worked all states, so that's just my own personality. But do like antennas, though, wire antennas. All right, Jim, let you carry on, and let some other person, oh God, I can't think today. I must be getting, I'm 78 years old. Sometimes my mind just goes blank. Oh yeah, let somebody else hear your expert opinion on their equipment. Over.
Yeah, okay, sir. Good to have your contact, and you have a good afternoon. Join us next Friday if you get a chance. 73 up that way, Terry. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net, and if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Going to be pulling the plug early on today's show, somewhere around 4 o'clock. We've got something that has to be done, and I said, no, we can't. We have to do the show, and they said, yes, but you have got to take care of this, and I said, okay. So we will be pulling the plug on the Qso-Vlog net at 4 o'clock. Just a reminder, passing along, if you want to get in, you can get in now. It'd be a good time.
KC9VKV.
Station calling. I've got you up in Virginia. Why don't you give me your call sign, and then I'll get you to tell me about your antenna, and I'll look around and see if I can get a better copy on you. What's your call sign, though?
What's your call sign, though? Kilo Charlie 9 November Charlie X-ray.
Nancy Charlie X-ray, is that a Roger?
Nancy Charlie X-ray, is that a Roger? November Charlie X-ray, yes.
Yes, sir. Well, it's close enough. And what's the name there?
It's close enough. And what's the name there? This is Charlie, Miss Ian, Charlie.
Copy that as Charlie, Roger.
Copy that as Charlie, Roger. Roger.
And Charlie, where are you, sir?
And Charlie, where are you, sir? We are in West New York, Illinois, about 6 hours south of Chicago.
Yes, sir. And what radio are you on today?
Yes, sir. And what radio are you on today? We're on the 7410 icon.
Kind of took a dive. Tell me again what radio?
Took a dive. Tell me again what radio? 7410 icon. There's an old radio.
7410, is that a Roger?
7410, is that a Roger?
Okay, have you had that radio very long there, Charlie?
Have you had that radio very long there, Charlie? No, probably 2 years. I just have been here, and the fellow helped me set it in, and we just been...
Frequencies in use.
Frequencies in use.
Charlie is somebody that was determined to tune up on this active frequency, so were you looking to get a setup on that radio, transmitter setup?
Get a setup on that radio, transmitter setup? You what, sir?
Yes, this network is all about setting up folks' transmitters to get the best operating circumstance going. And if you'd be interested in that, I could probably help you a little bit.
If you'd be interested in that, I could probably help you a little bit. Don't mess with it too much here, because I can't really see to do it.
Yes, sir. Well, not necessary, you know. It's it's up to you, sir. It's sounding good. I wish I had a better copy on you, and I'm kind of I use SDRs for receiving. I have a fixed no SWR dipole antenna that I transmit all the time, but I have 5 SDRs, and one of those has 50 SDR, actually 50 pre-programmed SDRs in it. And so I use SDRs all across the eastern half of the United States, so I can get closer to my 100-watt friends, so I can get a better copy to hear them, Roger.
So I can get a better copy to hear them, Roger. You're Roger. I should be kicking a little more than 100 watts right now.
Oh, you are running 100 watts right now?
Oh, you are running 100 watts right now? No, I'm not running 100. I'm running probably about 800, 900.
You're running 800 watts, is that a Roger?
You're running 800 watts, is that a Roger? Roger.
Okay, and you're in Illinois. And what kind of antenna are you running there?
Illinois. And what kind of antenna are you running there? G5RB.
Roger, Roger. Have you ever built an antenna from scratch, a wire antenna from scratch?
From scratch, a wire antenna from scratch? I helped a friend of mine build my first one, yes.
Yes, I'm really in favor of resonant-tuned dipole antennas. I think resonant-tuned dipole antennas are one of the most efficient antennas ever devised by mankind. And you know, they are directional. They are, because if you look at the radiation pattern off of a dipole antenna, you can see how it radiates. And so if you put the butt end towards someplace, you're not going to go that way because it radiates broadside to the wire. So you can actually, if you want, you know, in designing your antenna, if you can have the liberty in space and time to position the wiring elements in such a way that they are broadside to the target, so to speak, then you're going to be in a maximized radiation pattern for that location. Roger?
Pattern for that location, Roger? Roger, roger, roger. My off on the ends is sort of limited right here.
Gosh, boy, I just brought up one of my SDRs, and you're about 20 over. So, hello. It's like a whole new ball game. This is an amazing system. You know, life is all about options, Charlie. And the more options you got, the better life is. And with my receive system, I have so many options, sometimes I can't get to all the options in one conversation, Roger.
Sometimes I can't get to all the options in one conversation, Roger. Roger on that. If I could see, I wouldn't mind having some more options, but the way it is, I'm just lucky to have what I got.
Well, now, there you go. There you go. And that's true. It's too bad that you need some assistance, Roger, to help you, even to the point of maybe getting somebody to help you put up another antenna, even diagonal. What is the word? Perpendicular to the antenna that you have. So you have one antenna running east and west and another antenna running north and south. Then that's a nice situation also, because it's like really taking advantage of the dipole antenna. And usually, I mean, if the receive comes up as you motivate to receive somebody, your transmit to them usually will come up also, Roger.
Your transmit to them usually will come up also, Roger. Oh yeah, I know that. I don't climb towers anymore, and that's what I got. I'm 82, and I just don't. Sometimes my mind says do it, but my leg says you're not going to do it.
Yeah, well, usually my wife tells me that.
Yeah, well, usually my wife tells me that. Yeah, but my legs tell me that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you do have a good sounding operation there, and you do have a good antenna. So I would just, I would run with it that way. If you want to hear your great audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,900 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and it'll be available by noon tomorrow, Roger.
And it'll be available by noon tomorrow, Roger. Roger. Okay. Well, I'll get out of here and let you get to somebody else you can help. You could help me if you had the capability, but right now I don't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But you don't need much, because your radio sounds great. Your antenna's working great. What kind of antenna is that? Great.
Your antenna's working great. What kind of antenna is that? The G5RV. I think it's MFJ.
Yeah, it's doing you a good job. Doing you a good job, sir. So let me say 73 to you, and you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday.
For weekend, if you get a chance, join us next Friday. Yeah, okay. You have a good evening also, sir. And don't get too involved after 4 o'clock. So, to talk to you later, KC9NCX, to be clear.
Roger. Well, we are going to have to shut down our network early today to take care of some things that need to be taken care of, and hopefully you know, we can come back up next Friday, and we'll have the whole show. So right now, we'll say 73 all. And if you participated, we'd like to hear your audio. If you go to YouTube, do a call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So 73 for now, and we'll be returning this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, clear.
Radio use, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, clear.
Have a good afternoon, Jim.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Say that again, sir?
Oh, I thought that was Terry.
Oh, I thought that was Terry.
No, this is Conrad K0FCO.
Roger, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Roger, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, have a good afternoon. We spoke a long time ago, 2019, and I think I was on the 7300 then. Have a good afternoon. K0FCL, Conrad in Kansas, will be clear.
Roger, KC9VKV is clear.
Roger, KC9VKV is clear.
W4RPW, W4RPW. Alright, damn, it's crowded up this end of the band. We're popular, aren't we? Going on here too. I'm getting over that. Oh yeah, I definitely am. Alright, hang on a second. Let me, I gotta tune up here a little bit. Hold the frequency. Holding. I want to generate some noise here for a minute. I'll give this a try. I don't know if it's working or not.
Hey, you lied on me.
Alright, same here.
Now, I had to go dump a little while ago, and where I dare hunt, I had to go pick up my, I got one of those seats you sit in that's got the, you lay your gun off in it and it swivels around and stuff hunt off the ground with. I had to go get it. I put it in a spot and, right next to a pond. There's a little old dip in that area, getting me down lower where deer couldn't see me. Then guess what? It was in the middle of a water hole, so I had to wade off in that water to get it.
Well, I think that's a hint that you ought to not be deer hunting.
Why?
Do you need the meat?
I ain't shot a deer.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll shoot one every now and then if somebody's wanting one, but no, I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't. I've been feeding them out here for the past. Man, it's been cold. A cold spell. I had Papa. And he's a good 8, maybe 10 point. He's a big boy. And I had Mama and the 3 little ones all back up here in my woods. I went down to the co-op over there and I bought, I think it was, those were 60 pound, about 4 of those. They were 60 pound corn feed. Put the stress on that old Tacoma. Anyway, I brought that back up there and put that corn out there for him.
You can't fill them things up.
What?
I said, you can't fill them things up.
Well, I just put it out on the ground, Rick.
That's what I'm saying. You put 1,000 pounds out there and they'd eat every bit of it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. About 40 pounds of bird seed.
I ain't bought none of that in a few years. Man, that stuff has got outrageous.
Well, it's almost 20. If you go to Walmart or even Rural King, it's like $20 a bag for a 20-pound bag, and that'll fill up 2 of my bird feeders. And anyway, while I was over at the co-op buying that corn feed, I bought 40 pounds of bird seed. Let's see what else I get. I got some cat litter. Let's see. Anyway, I walked out there at about $300 worth of feed alone.
Yeah, I can't afford it no more.
Well, it's getting that way for me. And I don't do it unless it gets really, really cold, like it did last week before last.
I was watching a YouTube video on that the other day, and they said, do not feed them.
Well, don't feed them when it's that cold?
Yep, they said it's not good. You don't need to feed them.
Oh, bullshit.
I'm just telling you that. You know me, I'm a big bird lover.
Yeah. When the birds trying to peck through the eye.
I'm just joking about that too, but no, they did say that. They said they can still fend for themselves. They divert back to different methods, but they said they'll be okay.
Yeah, and most of them will be. I agree with that. You know, let nature's own. Ricky got some cold out here the other morning, and I was looking out there at the bird feeder, and I thought, what the hell am I looking at? And it had iced over that night. Now, let me back up. I went out there and started the truck, got it warming up. So the truck's warming up. It's like, 4:30 in the morning. And I went out there, kind of stomping around, looked around back. I thought, what the hell is that? And it was a little sparrow. Just a little tiny thing. And it was laying there on the ice, Rick. I thought, well, I crunched myself over there through it because we had, 6 inches of snow and about 2 inches of ice. And I realized that was a sparrow. And I picked that little feller up and I thought, this bird's dead. But something told me to take it back to the truck, and I did. And I just held it in my hands, Rick. And within a few minutes, it came to life. I rolled my windows down on my truck, and I just held it in my hands. It looked around at me and woke up and everything, and that poor bird was frozen.
I got a dead starling laying on my front walkway and coming up to the house.
Well, is it dead or is it just needs warming up?
No, it's dead. I got another one I was in the bathroom, looked out where my tower was at, and I got my martin pole up, and I seen something, a black spot beside it, and I said, that must have been another dead bird. Then I went on the deck and was studying for my test and everything, and it was gone. I said, well, I guess it was dead, and I looked on about 5 foot, there was another black spot. And I sat there and just watched it for a minute. It wasn't a starling, it's some type of blackbird. I don't know what the name of them are. But it was just eating like crazy. I said, well, I guess it's all right. Then when I come back from the dump, it's over by the driveway. And I got out and walked right up to it. And it was walking around. I guess it couldn't fly, so I just left him alone. Guess I'll let one of your cats get it.
Good attempt.
W4RPW.
4WCB. Nice try.
And I tell you what, I ain't seen the starlings this year than during this snow and stuff. I went out on the deck the other night about 12 o'clock, and you would swore up and down it was still daylight out, whether it's out there just carrying on and talking.
You know, back probably 20, 30 years ago, the federal government was paying us, giving us shotgun shells to keep the starlings moving along. I'm not seeing that bird migration like we used to.
I think it's 69 or 70. When we was living in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, they would come by late in the evenings and spray the trees. I think it was soapy water or something other than killing them like that. I mean, it was awful. It was just the woods were just solid, them things.
Yeah, and you know they were spraying. They were spraying the same shit they did in Vietnam, and the same crap they were spraying. It was chlorodyne, and everybody, all the kids out there playing and so forth, and here comes the sprayer truck up through the area. My God.
Oh, you talking about for mosquitoes?
No, not just for mosquitoes, but for the birds.
Oh, okay.
They were spraying chlorodyne and I can't think of the oil. It's kind of close to olive oil, but they were spraying that up in around where the birds were at. Now the birds couldn't fly. They'd lay on the ground and rot. Oh, it's a hell of a mess. Goddamn politicians.
Yeah, that's what they were spraying. It's like dishwashing detergent or something, other dilute, mixed with water, and they would freeze to death.
I like to get people that do that, find out the guys and girls that do that and do that to themselves.
Well, I guess you got to have a little bit of control. But the old sparrows are supposed to be like sparrows and starlings is supposed to have been over in England. They got brought over here, and just like some more of this stuff coming in today, but they're doing it back in.
Well, more and more man tries to control what makes them comfortable is going to eliminate them. I'll be right back. W4WCB.
I don't even know why they even brought them over here to start with. What was the reason for it? W4RPW.
Rick, I'm back for a minute or two. W4RPW, W4WCB.
I'm still here.
So you're gonna take the test this weekend?
Nope.
Come on, man.
I'm almost in, I think I like 2 more of those little sections and I'll be in, was it the number 8 part in the book? I don't like a whole lot more.
No, you don't. You got enough knowledge, you already know how to pass the damn test.
Well, that's what I want to do.
I gotta pass it before I do this damn surgery.
I thought you said you was gonna have that last week.
Well, I was. And the weather was so bad and everything, they put it off.
Oh, okay. I forgot all about that till just now when you said that's gonna act. I think I texted you about it a day or two later.
Oh.
See how you was doing.
I'm still on this.
You never did text me back.
No, I wasn't feeling good.
That's what I figured. I went to the doctor every day this week, but today, taking Carolyn back to doctors and stuff. Maybe in about 3 or 4 more weeks, we'll be done with doctors and we can go back and live into a normal life.
How's Carolyn doing?
She's doing okay. It's just her arm and giving her problems for that pinched nerve.
I hope that works out and everything. They get her straightened up and everything. I want you to do this for me, Rick.
Hang on, man. Okay, go ahead.
Well, like I've said, like I've texted, sent you text messages and so forth. I want you to do this for me.
Now say that again, you took a dip on me.
Yeah. I want you to do something for me.
Alright.
I want you to pass that damn test. And before I have to, and I want to talk to you down there before I have to have this done.
Well, I'm trying my hardest, buddy.
Get off your ass and go do it.
I'm going to pass it. I ain't got no choice. I got to.
You're damn right. You don't. Then get with Matt.
I done called him.
All right. Do this. If you don't ever do anything for me in my life, Rick,
I'm gonna take it one way or the other.
And pass the damn test.
I will. I told you I would, and I am.
Yeah.
Then when I pass my test, I'm gonna make your life miserable.
I hope so.
I'll just tell you so. It ain't my fault. You just created a monster.
I hope so.
I like them little boys better. Where was that? 75, 77, where it was? That one guy, boy, he cracks me up.
Oh yeah, Marty?
Or was it?
Yeah.
No, it's the one that talks real slow. He sounds like he's 100% country. Is his name Ron?
Well, there's Ron. Ron's a retired sergeant major. There's a great group of guys. They really are.
Who's the coon hunter?
The what?
Who hunts coons?
That might be Ken.
I don't know. This guy right here, he just talks real slow. He don't act like nothing upsets him or anything.
No.
Can't remember his name.
That might be Ken. I'm not sure.
But I'd just be laughing at him, just him talking.
Oh yeah. They're all a great group of guys, and
I ain't heard that bunch.
oh yeah.
Where was we at?
7157.
57, okay. Do they hang out there all the time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, big time.
Okay.
I want you to take your test this weekend, if you would, please.
There ain't no way.
Why is
What's
that?
going on? And I ain't ready.
Matt's available.
Well, I don't know nothing about that because I ain't talked to Matt in a few days.
Well,
And Keith's going to have to get up off his rear end. He said he wanted to get his VE thing. He wanted to be there when he tested. I don't know if he's done that yet or not.
Keith's always extra.
I think Matt and his brother and Keith want to give it to him.
Oh,
W4 PW.
W4WCB.
I'll probably just drive to Matt's or somewhere. Meet him somewhere over there.
I've already talked to Matt, and Matt and his crew will come to you. You will pass the test. You already know it, Rick, and just take the damn test.
I don't want Matt to come here.
Well,
It don't bother me him coming here. But that boy, he goes out of his way for everybody. I mean, he's always traveling, and it's just not fair to Matt.
well,
He's too good for his own.
well, and that's true. And I agree with that. He does. He goes out and he and his team go all the way big time.
Then another section manager has to do what he does.
Well, and he does it well, Rick. But you can pass the test. I mean, you've answered questions here on the radio, and Matt and I've talked about this and his crew. Please do it.
My biggest thing, I just need to go when I feel comfortable, because if I don't, I'll freak out, and I ain't wanting to do that.
Well, and that's where Matt, you know Matt for years, and he'll say, all right, calm down here, and you know, back up and go back over, and you have a right in the examination to ask questions to say, am I really understanding this question? And you do, Rick, you know it. God damn it, you know, you can pass the test.
Well, I don't know the ones that if it's going to be on the test that I hadn't even looked at.
You're never going to know the test that you're looking at, okay?
Well, I got to have all the advantage I can get.
You're never going to know every question that's going to be on that test. But you've got enough knowledge, enough know-how to pass that damn test. So just do it. W4WCB.
W4PW. Is it raining there tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, yeah, big time. They're calling for like 3 inches of rain.
They said 50% here, but I don't know how much.
I'll take the rain over the sleet and snow any day.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, all the creeks around here are rolling.
Yeah, but the same here. How about big time?
What about that creek or whatever y'all call them up there, the one they turn the water on and off? What's the name of that place?
Which one?
Where they done the Olympic kayaking that one years back.
Oh, there, a koi?
Yeah, I bet that thing's a guinea.
Oh, yeah, that's a mess. That river's running big time right now.
Does it get out of the banks?
Yeah, sometimes. Not so far yet, but yeah, I've seen it get out of the bank. That's a river, not a creek.
Well, where I come from, we call stuff like that creeks.
Well, around here we call them cricks.
Well, that's a Yankee version.
What?
That's a Yankee version.
Crick?
Creek, yeah. When I lived in Michigan, everything up there was a creek.
Huh.
When I come down here with a creek, I couldn't understand. What's a creek? They tell me, I said, well, we call that a creek up north. He said, no, you ain't up north no more.
What's a tote?
Well, they don't know what a tote is up north. It's a box or something like that, put something in. Or a poke is like a paper bag.
Hey, you might have a pig and a poke.
I always have fun with Steve. I'll throw something out there every now and then because he don't know what it is. And he'll finally ask you what it is, and I'll start laughing. He's about got pretty wise to it now. He's starting to learn all these hillbilly terms.
You know, you're a flatlander.
Well, up here in Michigan, you're right. I don't ever remember seeing no hills up in there where I was at. It ain't hilly. I mean, it's hilly around there at Muffle Shoals and around here, but we don't have no mountains.
How much shoals? That's a bunch of flat land down there.
Yep. And then around Muffle Shoals there, you'll have a bunch of stuff 1,000, 1,400 feet.
We start out about 1,800 and go up.
What's your elevation?
18.7.
See, I'm at 700.
I can drive about 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I'm up about probably 4 or 5. Biggest peak up there close to me is at 5,700. I know that because I've flown over that a lot of times.
Well, that's one thing I hate about riding motorcycles up around there, going up and down them hills. I tell you what, them roads will wear you out on a bike.
Oh, yeah. Don't get in a hurry.
Some of them does, and they pay for it. I've seen going up there like at Deal's Gap or the Dragon, I've seen semis going on that.
On the Dragon.
You would think they'd have that no trucks allowed on them roads.
No, they're trying to weed out the gene pool. Trucks are not allowed on the semi-trucks are not allowed on the Dragon.
Well, I've seen one or two before.
Yeah.
I guess the driver didn't know. Just from out from California or somewhere coming through, just he never heard about none of that.
All on a GPS system. I did not know. My GPS system tells me go this way.
Yeah, it ain't always right.
Yeah, that's what they tell the troopers.
I got a GPS when I pull my camper. I guess it's like what you'd call like truck drivers use it. It tells you program all your length and height and all that stuff in. So if you got a overpass that ain't high enough, it reroutes you different ways and stuff like that. I wouldn't even want to pull my truck and camper through Deal's Gap.
I wouldn't recommend it. Damn. My evil daughter will not leave me alone.
And you made her that way.
No, I didn't.
I know, it was her mother.
Yeah. It is. I'm thinking about starting a cat fight here.
Well, you won't come out on top, I grant you that.
No, but my good daughter will come out on top. I got she can pull some hair and fight like you've never seen before. I've seen these two wad up.
What's the age difference between them?
3 years.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. My good daughter will beat her ass down in a heartbeat.
She the oldest?
Yes.
You just got the two girls, right?
Yeah. And the good one, like I said, she'll beat her ass down in a heartbeat.
So you mind her also, huh?
Well, I just let them kind of grow up together. And I taught them how to punch, how to fight. It's awesome sometimes, Rick. The mean daughter will mouth off to me, and I'm like, excuse me? And the good daughter's like, oh, no, you did not, and it's on. I mean, the good daughter it's like launching a dog. I gotta put a stop to this. We're getting too old for this mess. It's still funny though. You know, my mean daughter gets, I go over there and pull her off, good daughter off of her, and I'm like, you just got your ass beat down. It's funny.
Man, I just can't stand drama anymore. I never could really, but I just turn around and walk off from it now.
Yeah, that's me too. Don't disrespect me. If you show up on my property asking for something, do not disrespect me. That's where the good daughter seems to go into the attack mode. I don't know.
Ron got you helping out a little while ago. What was wrong with his radio?
He was working on a interface for a computer system.
Was he trying to hook up a signal link?
Yeah.
You have a Kenwood?
I don't know. But yes. On the signal link.
Yeah, I used to have one of them on my radio. The signal link got popped. I don't know if I took a current rush in here or what, but the thing quit working, and I picked it up and was looking at it and everything. There's a brown spot right on the bottom. I couldn't get, it takes a special Allen wrench to take them 4 screws out, and I couldn't find one to get in it, so it didn't work no more, so I chunked it.
Yeah, brown spot's an indication it's shot.
Yeah, brown spot, it had to get hot to make a spot about the size of a dime.
Alright, Rick, I've heard enough of these girls. I'm off here. Enjoyed talking with you. It's time for Poppy to intervene.
Okay. Don't let them flow. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Alright, have a good night. 7-3. W4 to WC. Get off the...
See you later, buddy. Enjoyed it. W4, PW's clear.